So if you're like me and you didn't get anything spoiled ahead of the launch of Starfield and you were waiting for the game to come out, then when you got into the character creation, you were a little bit overwhelmed with all of the options when it came to the backgrounds. I thought I knew what I wanted to play from the get-go. I thought I was going to maybe go Cyber Runner, but then I got in and there were more options than I had seen available from like Starfield Direct and stuff, and it was like, oh my god. And then we spent an hour on the live stream going through it all. There's a lot to decipher here. There's a lot to go through. And I think the easiest way to look at this is kind of thinking in your own mind about what kind of an archetype you want to create. I knew going in that I wanted to play like a Captain, Reynolds, Han Solo type space scoundrel type smuggler build. And I wasn't exactly sure if Cyber Runner was going to fit that, if it was something else. And thankfully, there was another option. And it turns out there's just a ton of options which give you lots of different skills right out of the gate. So we're going to go over that today. Now this is a beginner's guide, which is sort of what I specialize here on my channel. So we're going to be going through this as if you were a new player who had never played Starfield before, like me. And if you're someone who's coming to the game for the first time and you just want a very basic overview of all the different things. If you're an advanced player, you've already been playing this for a while, you've done deep dives for the past 3 years, a lot of this information is going to already be known to you. But if you're new to the game and you're new to Starfield, welcome aboard. Don't forget, if you like this video, to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Daily streams at 11 a.m. Central Time. There is a Discord, and of course we do a lot more than just Starfield, so check out all the other playlists. Without further ado, let's get into that character creation platform and see what we can see about backgrounds. There are 20 different backgrounds to choose from in Starfield. 21 if you include the file not found character, who is basically your backgroundless character who doesn't really have any information about them. And I love the descriptions of all of these because they are quite amusing and quite quirky, and you get a lot of information about the starting skills for each one of these as you go through. So the file not found says, oddly, there's no information on file about your past life. Was that due to clerical oversight or deletion by a powerful unknown faction? Or was there just nothing of note to mention? Whatever the reason, your past is known only to you. What's important is the here and now and the path you're about to forge. So this is probably the best option for those of you who don't want to be constrained by one of the pre-designed options. But really all you're talking about here is a collection of the first 3 skills that you're going to be starting the game with. And of course you can get the skills as you level up throughout the game, but these are the ones that you can start with if you choose to go with one of these. And worth noting is that the file not found one actually comes with wellness, ballistics, and piloting, which is basically a health bonus, high-speed projectile bonus, and piloting bonus for those of you who are going to be piloting various types of spacecraft. Going down through here, Beast Hunter is one that they teased a little bit in some of the Starfield Direct videos and beyond. But it's essentially you've learned how to track different beasts and take them out. So you get to start off with fitness, ballistics, and gastronomy, which gastronomy is kind of cool because it says access to brand new worlds means access to brand new ingredients, and there's almost no limit to the delicious foods and drinks a talented chef can prepare. Bouncer has boxing, security, and fitness. So if you're someone who wants to be the one-punch TKO guy, this is probably going to be your option because you've already been working the front line at the toughest clubs in the settled system, and you've learned that a strong right hook is probably going to be the solution to both things. Now, I know the Bounty Hunter has been touted a lot as one of the ones that a lot of people are looking to go with, because it's the Bounty Hunter. What's not to love? You get piloting out of the gate. You learn targeting control systems, which are for missiles with your ships, and boost pack training, which is huge for getting around planets. I know that given the fact that there are no planetary vehicles, the boost pack is one of the easiest ways to get around the environment when you're exploring planet side. The chef gives you access to gastronomy, dueling, and scavenging, and they've done a little bit of teasers behind the chef as well during Starfield Direct and some of the other videos, where you apparently were a famous chef at one point in time, and that comes into play in some of the conversations and stuff as you go through the game. The combat medic gives you pistol certification, medicine, and wellness. And medicine is the ability to withstand one of the galaxy's many dangers, but also gives you bonuses to bandaging wounds and stuff, which is really good. And the wellness gives you your overall sense of health, which is really good for if you want to be avoiding health issues. Cyber was one of the Cyber Runner was what I thought I was going to go with at the beginning because it has stealth, security, and theft. And ultimately, I decided to not go with this because they have an actual scoundrel background, which sounded way cooler for the build that I wanted to do for the first time through. But this is essentially your thief build because you've got the theft ability, security ability for locking mechanisms, and the ability to sneak around and kill with silenced weapons, which I know some people like the silenced pistols for headshots and stuff, so cool thing to think about. Cyberneticist is probably going to be more like if you've ever played Cyberpunk 2077. You got implants and upgrades. You start off with medicine, security, and lasers. And the laser weapons are pretty cool because I know in space battles, particular where you're dealing with gravity, the ballistics weapons are going to be doing knockbacks and pushing you around the battlefield, whereas the laser weapons have been touted in some of the videos as giving you a lot of stability for those zero-G fights. The diplomat was another option that I looked at in the beginning because I like having plenty of persuasion abilities. This is also giving you the commerce ability, which allows you to have a little bit of extra when it comes to merchants and things of that nature, as well as the wellness factor. Explorer, you're getting lasers, astrodynamics, which gives you a little bit more capability from your ship's grav drive, which is great for exploration. Of course, surveying, which helps you discover things about a planet, and those tie into building outposts and finding resources, and also getting access to various conversation skills in the game as well. Gangster is basically you're just a straight up gangsta baby. Shotgun certification, boxing certification, and theft. This is for those of you who just want to get out there and beat the crap out of bad guys and good guys and everybody, because that's what you do. The homesteader is going to be more for those who are out there ready to settle down on a planet and get right into doing outposts and stuff as you get deeper into the game. You get geology to find minerals and things of that nature for technological advancements. Surveying, of course, and weightlifting, which allows you to carry more stuff, which is always going to be good. Industrialist is for those of you who want to be out there becoming a megacorp executive. Starting off with persuasion, security, and research methods, which is pretty cool because the research, if you haven't seen the research section of like your ship yet, which is the only one I've seen, I haven't gotten far enough into the game to start building outposts at this point, but there's so much you can research, from weapons to mods to spacesuits to food and so many other things. So this is a part of that as well. Quick commercial break, everyone, to give a shout out to all of these amazing people who are the guild champions at the highest tiered membership here on our channel, and of course all of the members who help keep me full-time and doing this for your enjoyment. If you would also like to become a member, you get access to tons of special stuff like live stream, member-only chat, private videos for our members several times a week. It's really simple. Just pick your tier, go from there. You can also do super chats or super thanks on any stream, YouTube short, or video that you see. Don't forget the Discord. Links are down below. Let's get back to the video. Part of that as well. Long hauler is essentially you're a space trucker, pure and simple, which even says it right there, which is pretty cool. Weightlifting, piloting, and ballistic weapon systems. And this is for those of you who just want to run around the galaxy and kind of pursue the same thing that you would do in like Elite Dangerous or EVE Online, where you're just going to be hauling goods around. The Pilgrim is one that I'm not quite sure about in terms of how this is going to play into the storyline, but I think it's basically related to the religions of the game. You're a seeker, a transient. The journey is the destination, and you start off with scavenging, surveying, and gastronomy. Then you get into the Professor, which gives you a bonus to astrodynamics, geology, and research methods. Again, I don't know how this is going to tie into the storyline so far, but this is more for the pacifists as opposed to the combat folks. And then there's the Ronin, which is going to be for those of you who want to actually use melee weapons, which is something that I'm probably never ever going to do. But it's got the stealth component, scavenging component, and dueling, which is those melee weapons for those of you who like to be up close and personal. Sculptor is another one that feels more like the Professor and the Chef. It's more like a role-play background with medicine, geology, and persuasion at the heart of it. The Soldier is your straight up fighter. You get access to fitness, which is essential to survival, your ballistics, which is great for your high speed projectiles, and of course, boost pack training to get around the landscape as easily as possible. You've been trained with guns and guts, which is a lot of fun. And then this is what I ultimately went with for my first playthrough, which is the Space Scoundrel. Good, bad, whose right is it to say? If there's anything you've learned while traipsing through the galaxy, it's this. Space may look black, but it's really one big shade of gray. So I got pistol certification, piloting, and persuasion, which fit me perfectly because now I can be Captain Reynolds and, Han Solo in space. And then the xenobiologist, which gives you laser surveying and fitness. And this is another one of those kind of more roleplay backgrounds where you are going to be getting a lot of conversation options related to your study as a scientist. And of course, we get down into the file not found. Oops. What happened? I don't know. Be the mystery that everyone needs you to be. So there you have it, everybody. That is the beginner's guide to the backgrounds in Starfield. Now, there's a lot of information to go over here, and if you want to know more about the skills of the game and how all of those break down, we have another video about the skill systems as well. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Check out the playlist below for all of the various Starfield videos we've got. Don't forget to check out the Discord. Links are down below, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video or live stream, which happens daily at 11 a.m. Central Time. Until then, everybody, stay safe and happy flying.